tonight was a perfect example of how contemporary audiences are transported by the Bach Aria Soloists.
I cannot speak highly enough for the Bach Aria Soloists, because I think they plan to do something that is just a great endeavor, and that is to infuse the modern society with artistry and the music of Bach.
I established the Bach Aria Soloists in 1999 when I moved back to Kansas City. I attended earlier that decade the Bach Aria Festival in New York, where I was exposed for the first time to several of Bach's glorious cantatas. I was so moved by performing and hearing so many of the arias that are just gems within the cantatas. I promised myself that one day when I had more time, I wanted to form an ensemble where we could perform as many of the arias as possible to as many people as possible. We give informative performances through our house concerts, our public concerts, and our Bach Reach, our educational outreach, where we present arias and the chamber music of Bach, his contemporaries, and those who were inspired by him.
It's a grassroots organization that is so elegant, and we are so fortunate to have it in Kansas City.
The Bach Aria Soloists and this music are relevant in the same way that history is relevant. The music of Bach is really the cornerstone on which all Western music was built. He coalesced all of the knowledge that had occurred before his time. It's fascinating music, and so it is very relevant to today's society, and our audiences prove it. They're constantly telling us, thank you for bringing this music back to us and for showing us what's so fascinating about it.
Bach music was written to challenge, to show his wrestling with the most profound issues of life. As one of my uncles put it, he is the alpha and omega of music. There is nothing outside of Bach.
To sing Bach is a fabulous experience. It takes so much more work. He's very unpredictable. He has so many different emotions in a piece, and he's so very spiritual at times. He's so very fun.
Bach wrote over 300 cantatas, sacred and secular. And within each one of these, there are so many gorgeous gems in the arias. And it shows his expertise in writing not only for the voice, but also for the instrument.
These partitas and sonatas for unaccompanied violin and cello are experiments that are far-ranging, in which Bach tries to demonstrate that one can write music for these instruments that does not need any supportive accompaniment. So to really play ambitious, polyphonically sounding music on a single instrument is quite a challenge. And Bach tried to explore what the limits were, how far you could go. And it is very interesting that to this date, these works are still the requirement. It's the threshold that every professional violinist has to pass.
I have a series of artists that I admire very much. When I heard Elizabeth Lane play the prelude of the partita in E major, I think she deserved a standing ovation. The mastery of all the soloists is just incredible.
I just think it's a gem on the cultural landscape of Kansas City.
I think the soloists are doing an incredible job in bringing the music to new and young and old generations alike. What a variety of music and styles and instruments and musicality and melody and everything is all there.
We've enjoyed every one of them, you know, in homes and in this beautiful library, so we're here to stay.
I can see no better way to spend a Saturday evening than to listening to Bach and the Bach Aria Soloists.